Blooming heck. Blooming heck. Is there some sort of like media silence or something? Trying to find what I want to find? No chance, mate. But I got there in the end. And I'm late. My bad. But what can I say? But yes, day 8, which was Wednesday. Supposed to have been last night, like it was before, but you know, the flu, man, the man flu. Oh, poor me. But anyway, new day, we're on it. There's a few links that are worth looking at today, but I'll tell you, I had a nightmare trying to find stuff. I was putting in like Julia Wandelt court live updates, and it's going up 8 days ago, 7 days ago, 6 days ago. Well, that's no good to me, is it? But anyway, I am the wizard. How the devil are you? How the devil are you all? Here we are on a Thursday getting updates for yesterday's court, so we can have a chat. And as we know, it was left on Tuesday with this said detective, Mr. Cranwell, or DCI Cranwell, let's be official about it. It was in the box, and I believe he started off in the box again this morning briefly. And obviously he was saying how there's 12 people claiming to be Madeleine McCann. 12, blooming 12. Absolutely crazy. But nonetheless, and also obviously the most important bit was the DNA. The police took DNA. Julia Wandelt is not Madeleine McCann. And that's okay. So there we go. That's sort of like put that to bed, which is just genius. There's a lot of people out there who thought Julia Wandelt was speaking the truth and this and that, but it's just all fraud, lies, con, what do you want to call it? Let me know in the comments. But Julia Wandelt has been confirmed, like the other 12, as not being Madeleine McCann because the police took DNA. So there we go. The DNA. So it's all good. I've got 3 different screens open trying to find blooming information on yesterday's court case. I've got this by the Mirror, and I've had to open it on a different browser because adverts galore. And I'm sure you do not want to see all the adverts. You just want to know what's going on and this, that, and everything else. So I was like, right, here we go. And basically, it started off in the morning. It says here ongoing investigation with regards to the actual case with Madeleine McCann, but at 10:29 it's a key event. I thought, right, we're starting there. We start at a key event, and it was asked about his evidence yesterday, which would have been the Tuesday, because bear in mind this is Wednesdays, in which he said 12 people have come forward claiming to be Madeleine McCann. DCI Cranwell said they all contacted Operation Grange by email. So yeah, let me know. I'll make sure you can all hear me and everything's tickety-boo. Good morning to you, Slim. Oh, he's having a bath, living a dream. Yeah, I'm going to be doing something like I need a hot soak to try and get rid of this man flu. But glad to have you here, mate. Glad to have you here. Being happy, living the dream. But he, i.e. DCI Cranwell, told jurors one came forward just 2 months ago. The DNA profile was compared to Madeleine's, and she was ruled out as being her. I wonder if they're saying like 2 months ago, would that coincide with the Eugenie Collins, or was that further? No, I think that was further back, wasn't it? Correct me in the chat on that one. But like, let me know you can hear me all right and everything, because I've been messing around with all my settings and this and that. At 10:45, just 3 officers now on Maddie search, which was said on the day before as well, where he confirmed, wasn't it? They're doing part-time, etc. But the resourcing had been reduced. And jurors heard just 3 officers worked the case. And DCI Cranwell said, we are still working with Germany and Portugal. And then that was it. Cranwell finished his evidence at 11:38. And at 11:39, the Tapper 7 pal on stand. We know who that is. Jurors are now hearing from David Payne. And if you remember David Payne, he was the one that was doing the weird hand gestures and whatever with his tongue or something. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember reading in the PJ files that he and Gerry were talking and he was sort of doing that or something. It just seemed a bit strange when they were talking. But yes. But oh, Slim is Spartacus, and so is his mum. Oh, Spartacus and Mrs. Spartacus in the house. But yeah, David Payne. Don't know what to take of him. You have to let me know what you think about him in the comments. Mr. Payne is a friend of the McCann family and was holidaying with them when Madeleine disappeared. Jurors are told he is one of their so-called tapas friends, and that's what they were known as by anyone or anything. Well, they sound like the Tapas 7, wasn't it? He said, we have seen Kate and Gerry go through all lots of intrusions and seen how hard it is for them. It's blooming ridiculous. Let's zoom it in so you can see it properly. It's blooming ridiculous. I mean, regardless of anything, if your child goes missing, you do not need people coming up, especially 12 of them, claiming that they are said missing daughter. I mean, it's just wrong on every level. But let me know what you think in the comments. Give my opinion, my views, but I'll be interested to get yours. But 11:56. I've got my brew. I've got to keep drinking. My throat's a bit man flu. But 11:56. Jurors are being played recordings of phone calls Julia made to Mr. Payne, recorded by Julia. Like she literally has recorded her own evidence that could be used against her in a court. And here we are. And you're telling me that Julia is of sound mind? I don't think so. In one, she asked him, could you please contact me with Kate and Gerry? Please don't hang up the call. And another, Julia said, I truly believe I'm Madeleine. I just want to know. Mr. Payne said the call was quite upsetting. This delusion is real. I mean, DNA is like literally proven that she's not. But you know who you are really, unless there's something really bad wrong with you, then how on earth could you convince yourself that you are someone you are not? That just, I mean, every shade of wrong, is it not? I mean, it's absolutely crazy. But the court heard Mr. Payne later received a message from Julia on which she wrote, I truly believe I'm Madeleine. Wow. You say you can't help me, but you have a voice as the Tapas group and could clear your names. Do you think that's a bit weird? Please, if your daughter who went missing and a girl turned up but was being ignored, can you imagine how your daughter would feel? You can't imagine my pain. That's evil. She's trying to pull on the heartstrings there. I mean, a bit narcissistic, would you say? And the girl turned up but was being ignored. Well, you've been ignored, Julia, because you are literally a Fruit Loop. Like, can you imagine how your daughter would feel? I'm not being funny, but it's been 18 years. If Maddie was alive, we would know by now because she was unique. With that sort of case, it wouldn't stay long. And even if someone genuinely thought they were Madeleine and were Madeleine, it would have been done in a totally different way. You would have done it like secret. You would have maybe gone to the police, but you wouldn't be putting it all over social media and going, I am Madeleine McCann. Oh, I'll do that on Instagram. Do you know what I mean? It's that important. Why are you doing it all for clicks, likes, and views and to get followers and subscribers and to have donations? It all seems a bit sus because you wouldn't have done it like that, surely. At 12:03, are Kate and Gerry scared? In another message, Julia is alleged to have wrote, I could hear the sadness in your voice, David. Are Kate and Gerry scared? Are you scared of someone? David, you are the only hope I have now. Imagine it was your daughter. Oh, God, get the violin out. Just please tell Kate and Gerry about all the things I've told you. If I was David, I would not be telling them a word. I'll be calling Operation Grange and there's a Fruit Loop on the phone and she will not leave me alone. And again, I suppose that's harassment, isn't it? The truth will set you free. Oh, isn't that nice of Julia to say so? The court, Julia sent Mr. Payne a message on Christmas Eve in 2024, which read, "Merry Christmas, David. The truth will set you free." Yeah, the truth is, you're a Fruit Loop and you're not Madeleine McCann. So, I mean, what sort of game is this? Asked about the messages, he said the content was concerning. It was hard knowing someone who was claiming to be Madeleine and the impact that would have on Kate and Gerry. Exactly. And at 12:49, Miss Payne had finished his evidence. 12:52, Tapas pal Fiona Payne in witness box, which is David's wife. Fiona Payne has now taken the stand and told the jury she has known the McCanns for around 25 years. So that's how far they go back. So, yes, I heard about that. SMW, fake Anastasias. In Australia, a woman claimed to be Azaria Chamberlain, the baby who got taken by the dingo. Wow. See, it's crazy that people will always like try to claim to be someone, but you literally have to lie to yourself. Are you lying to yourself? Yes. I've convinced myself, though. Literally to the point you end up in court, you know, charged with harassment and God knows what. It's absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. But a lot of people aren't happy with who they are. Maybe they're sort of projecting and wanting to be someone else. It's absolutely crazy. Jurors were told she was with the couple on the day Madeleine disappeared. She said of the claims by Julia to be Madeleine, I recall Kate being very upset about it. Mrs. Payne said Julia first contacted her in October last year, shortly after the defendant rang her husband. I mean, if this isn't harassment, I don't know what is. I mean, to be going through all these different people. I was somewhat expecting it, so it wasn't a total surprise, Mrs. Bain told the court. Jurors were played a recording of Mrs. Payne hanging up after Julia introduced herself. Yeah, I'm Julia. Don't hang up. As soon as you hear that, it's pathetic. But I don't understand her frame of mind. Not only to like fool herself, but to do all and everything that she has done under the weird delusion that she's convinced herself she is someone she isn't. Like all these phone calls, emails, WhatsApps, everything. It's just absolutely nuts. Contacting Emily and Sean as well as Kate and Gerry, then the Paynes. And then we heard about other like friends, best friends, etc. that she contacted. It's ridiculous. Mrs. Payne says she also received messages from Julia via Facebook Messenger last year, but only discovered them last week when she checked her spam folder. I found a catalogue of messages from a person called Julia, including pictures of a DNA report, she said. Yes, which she completely took out of context, which was done on one of my live streams with Blank Faces and the Real Julia Wandelt Facebook page. In one message, which was read to the jury, Julia wrote, "Hi, from what I've learned, you are one of the few people who still believe Madeleine is alive." Oh, pulling on that string. "I really need to have my DNA samples compared with Madeleine's parents. Please help me. I really don't lie. I remember them." Obviously not, because you're not Madeleine, mate. Miss Payne told jurors her daughter was also contacted by Julia. So not only David and Fiona Payne contacted, their daughter is also contacted. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, that just reeks of desperation, does it not? The messages were along the similar lines, but perhaps more emotive. Yeah, being narcissistic, trying to play on the heartstrings. It's really difficult. She's a vulnerable young adult who has been personally affected by Madeleine's disappearance, so she had the good sense to ignore them. I felt angry that she had sought to manipulate her. When asked how she felt to receive messages from Julia, Mrs. Payne said, "It's disturbing. We have had lots of contact from various people over the years, but we have never been contacted by anyone who thinks they could be Madeleine." Because this is on a whole nother level. Just reeks of desperation. The case was adjourned at around 1 o'clock until 2. And Julia Payne finished her evidence, and jurors were then going to hear from imaging expert Simon Biles, and that was at 2:10. And at 3:56, Mr. Biles finished giving evidence. Obviously, I'm assuming they're not allowed to report on anything like that, but that sounds like the photos that were manipulated left, right, and centre and all over social media. Prosecutors have then read through various communication logs before court finished for the day. The trial will resume on Monday. So what? There'll be no without Thursday and Friday. Wow. So that's it. Just a 3-day week. Have you heard any different? How you doing, Mr. P? Hope you're good. So has anyone heard any different? Is that right? Like the court, that's it. They've just done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and then they're going to be back Monday. That's a bit strange. What's wrong with Thursday and Friday then? I mean, is there any? Are they going to be calling any other people, or because that's a bit strange? They've done Monday to Friday, week 1. So why only Monday to Wednesday? That's confusing. That's confusing. But I've got the let me bring up the other screen that I had for like there's another write-up that's worth looking at. I think it was the Independent on this one, I believe. Let me bring that up for you. Get my head out of the way. But I'm a bit confused on that. Took me by surprise there. Like literally to reconvene on Monday. This was actually this article was actually written at 6:20 this morning. So obviously there's one of the most up-to-date write-ups I could find, obviously to make sure everything's tickety-boo. But the alleged stalker of Madeleine McCann's parents sent disturbing messages to 2 of their friends who were part of the Tapper 7 group on the night the girl went missing, a court heard on Wednesday, which we saw obviously regards David and Fiona Payne. And a court heard on Wednesday. So yeah, this is the Wednesday as well. I'll tell you, it's become there was the BBC Leicester, there was Leicester Live, and the Mirror. They were all doing like updates and court updates, and now I can't find any. So I don't know if there's some sort of media silence thing going on, or they're limiting it, not letting it out until a certain time. But I don't know. But yeah, it was an absolute nightmare. Jurors were told that Julia Wandelt, 24 from Lubin in Poland, told David and Fiona Payne that if she did a DNA test for the McCanns, members of the group could clear your names. What, as if they're different? What, as if they're guilty, or is that what she's saying? Mr. and Miss Payne, reverse psychology. Mr. and Miss Payne, who have been very close with the McCanns for around 25 years, gave evidence on Wednesday and said Julia called them and sent them both messages. Mr. Payne told the court she was angry that Julia had sent friend requests and messages to their daughter. Yeah, because you just don't do that. I mean, these aren't the actions of someone who could genuinely be someone, surely. You wouldn't act like this. You'll be doing it in such a more professional, grown-up, adult way, would you not? Surely. I don't get it. I don't get the way she thinks and what she's doing. Like, she's just going and going and going until she finds someone to agree with her. And that's what it is with her. Because we know that as a child, if it did not go her way, she would get violent to her mother. If she lost a game, she'll get violent to her mother. And she'll literally physically hit out. And this is what the version is of Julia now. It's because people don't believe her. Right, the next person. Right, they don't believe me. Next person. Right, they don't believe me. Who's the next person? And that's why they're doing it. And then she finds people like Karen Sprague and all those idiots on Facebook and God knows where, like, we believe you. And then Sean Atwood and that Ron Swanson come along, and that just literally stoked the flames, I believe. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I think many similarities between the McCann and Chamberlain cases. A young boy called Gus Lamont missing in South Australia without a trace, and already many conspiracy theories could be going the same way. That's the thing. Has a formal mental health diagnosis ever been made public? We've seen on medical records that she was taking certain drugs and this and that, and it looked like things like schizophrenia and whatever. But we were thinking that surely would you not get some sort of mental health examination, or assume she did, in prison? But nothing come from that unless they kept it on the down low. I mean, depression would definitely be one that I'll be looking at, because she obviously doesn't like who she is, what she is. She's that desperate. She's doing music, OnlyFans, claiming all this. I mean, she's seriously desperate to be someone. So that could be like depression, possibly. But I've not heard, as you say, formal mental health diagnosis. But there might be one out there that, I mean, one, I haven't seen it, or two, they might be keeping it on the down low. But then surely at some point in the court that would have been said, wouldn't it? Maybe even at the beginning, like, we understand that Julia Wandelt's in court, blah blah blah, but we are fully aware that this lady is struggling with mental health, with depression, schizophrenia. Why they would have said that, surely, or they would have deemed that she's not fit for trial, possibly. I don't know. So formal, I don't think so. But I'm willing to be corrected on that. But I mean, the history in her doctors, etc., shows there's something going on there, especially the way she reacts. I mean, you lose your game, you don't start like hitting out violently at your own parent, like your mum. So there's definitely something there, but I'm not too sure, like I say, whether anything formally has been mentioned. But like I say, I mean, anyone can correct me if you've seen or read or whatever, get in the chat and tell me, or we'll work it out together. She said, it's really difficult, actually. I think she's a vulnerable young adult who has been adversely affected by Madeleine's disappearance. She has a good sense to ignore these messages. And that's Fiona about her daughter. I felt angry, actually, that Julia sought to manipulate her in that way. Yeah, I mean, when you start going for someone's daughter, it's like there's a line. Do you know what I mean? Speaking about the messages sent to her family more generally, Miss Payne actually told the court that it's disturbing. So we have had a lot of contact with various people over the years, reporters and the like, wanting information or people with conspiracy theories. However, we have never been contacted by anyone who thinks they could be Madeleine until now, which tells me she's reeking of desperation. But you wouldn't do that. I don't think you would have done anything Julia has done, because if you think about all the others that falsely claimed, the 11 others, there's nothing like this one. So this is like where she's so desperate that she knows she's not. Might as well make a big scene out of it and try and see if we can sell something to Netflix later. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Prosecutors allege Julia peddled the myth that she was Madeleine, who went missing in 2007 during a family holiday, while stalking Kate and Gerry McCann by sending emails, making phone calls, and turning up at their address between June 2022 and February this year. Because if you remember one of the updates we've done earlier, like that she was literally on the door, banging the door, like at the house, like when Kate turned up and she just walked up on the drive and said, "Oh." I mean, if that's not harassment and causing alarm and distress, I don't know what is. Recordings of 2 phone calls between Julia and Miss Payne on the 8th and 9th of October last year were played in the court. In the first, Julia was saying, "Please contact me with Kate and Gerry. Operation Grange threatened me and I never lied." I doubt Operation Grange threatened you. They probably warned you that you could actually be arrested for harassment and stalking. and then you thought you manipulate that so you can go tell everyone and then give everyone your PayPal link and get some money out of it. In a call the next day, Julia asked for a DNA test before Mr. Payne said, "I don't know who you are." No. And that's what she doesn't like. "We don't know who I am. I'm trying to be famous here. It's all about me," says Julia, I think. Julia replied, "I'm Julia Wandelt. I'm trying everywhere. All doors are closed. I truly believe I might be Madeleine, but you're not." DNA said no. Mr. Payne told the jury, "I get a lot of phone calls, and when you get someone ringing up in such nature, it's quite upsetting. I feel there was nothing I could provide during that conversation, as I alluded to." In a series of messages after these phone calls, Julia wrote, "I could hear the sadness in your voice, David." Wow. "You are literally the only person connected to Kate and Gerry McCann who answered my call and spoke with me a little bit. You are my only hope, David. Help me, please." That's just awful. That's just like, it just reeks of desperation. But it's like, me, pull me, like trying to pull on David's heartstrings. And another message, she said, "This could end your years of trauma and criticism too. As a member of the Tappers group, you could clear your names. I can send all my evidence for review if you find the strength to help me." But the evidence she's got is all manipulated and lies, which she knows. But do you think she does this knowing she's going to get nowhere, and she feels like she can do it because she'll get nowhere, so she can carry on with the scam and the fraud and carry on with, like, poor me. Yo, how you doing, beats and tapes? Hello, blank faces. Oh, you liked Happy Days? This is yesterday's. Why are you here, blank faces? If you're still here, is it right? Well, I read that they're not going to be going back to court till Monday, so Thursday and Friday, nothing. Is that right? Strange. I'm a bit confused because it said yeah, it's Monday. Ah, right. Okay. Is there anything you want to say? You can come up and have a chat if you want. Is there anything you want to say, or anything you know that I don't know? Or I'm literally going through this report as well because I've noticed the reports are getting shorter and shorter. The so-called, like, live updates. It's like there's, like, I had to change it and put like media silence because I'm having a nightmare finding things. You can find like an article, but actual live court updates. The Mirror, but that's spam with ads, so I've got to do it through the Brave browser. It was Leicester Live, but I can't seem to find anything now. There's BBC Leicester, I can't find anything now. So is there some sort of silence, or this is really strange that it was all there. I found like free, and like the BBC one was really good. It's quite in depth, as you can see. The videos lasted for about an hour, but then all of a sudden, boom, just went all rubbish. So, they do that sometimes. Yeah, it's just annoying, isn't it? So, strange. Yeah, I thought it was me because all my results are going 7 days ago, 9 days ago. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't think the world needs to know anything that happened 9 days ago, which I thought was really strange. So, you're on the legal stuff, are you? Oh, I'll leave you to that headache then. Because you got your own legal thing going on, haven't you? So that's banging your head against a brick wall, I expect. But in another message, she said, "This could end your years of trauma and criticism too." What is she getting at? As a member of the Tappers group, you could clear your names. Is she trying to imply that they're guilty of something? I mean, like we said before, and I mean, it probably in Kate and Gerry sort of maybe looking back and say, look, I can understand why people are saying like child neglect or whatever. But even before that, I mean, I was on holiday, we'd do whatever, and our parents would do whatever outside. I mean, it wasn't like it is today with the internet, PDFs, and God knows what. It was, do you know what I mean? It was, everything felt a lot more safer back in the day. But I'm not condoning what they've done. And when people say, "Oh, Kate and Gerry, why, they should have got charged with neglect," I'm not saying yay or nay on that. Well, I'm saying I probably agree. But because of what happened to Maddie, I've got a feeling that's why charges weren't actually made against them, because obviously they had enough going on. Basically, they've lost their daughter, which I also, that's a sentence in itself, a horrible sentence in itself. So, but I get what people are saying, like, neglect this or whatever. I get that. But I don't know what you get with the Tapper 7, because each and every one of them left their kids in their rooms while they had dinner. And although it was within eye distance, it was still quite a walk, wasn't it? So it's not like, you're in your front garden or your back garden while they're in the house. It was a bit more, it's a bit more distant than that. But it seems strange that she's like, you can clear your names. I mean, why do the Tapper 7 need to clear their names then? Or is this one of the conspiracy that they're all involved in the disappearance of Madeleine? Is that a new one? Because I mean, some of it is just going to get silly. That's why you can't look into court cases like this, because people talk so much rubbish. So, and it just, it's like when I originally started, I was talking about like the UFOs, love all that, but people and their AI and their rubbish, it ruins it. It literally ruins the narrative. And you got things like this that just make it so ooh. But yeah, she's 100% attention seeker, and I think that's why, because she had music videos where she does a guitar. I mean, I've got a guitar, but I'm not going on YouTube or anything with it. I know that much. But then she's done OnlyFans. I mean, she was setting up how many social media accounts? It literally, I mean, it reeks of attention seeking. So yeah. That's why Julia didn't contact Beats and Tapes with a name like that. Oh, can you do some beats for me and then tape it? Beats and Tapes and Julia Wandelt. Boom, 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 boom. Hey. And then Slim comes in like, I'm the real Slim Shady. And then Julia says, no, I'm Slim Shady. I'm Slim Shady. Do a DNA test. I'm Slim Shady. There you go. How cool is that? Get that on Netflix. Another special had Julia asked for the McCanns blood groups and wrote, I was given so many medications as a child. Oh, some can cause memory loss. No, they can't. That's a blatant lie, because I went through every single drug she took. And I don't know if you remember, I've still got them all written down. And a nurse on the Sean Atwood show actually wrote, and he put it up on screen saying, yeah, you wouldn't give those drugs to a child. So I was like, right. So I paused, wrote down everything. And yeah, you would. Some drugs are suitable for children as young as 7. I was given big doses of those medicines. No, she wasn't. She was given what was declared back then as a normal dose of, in order to help with like schizophrenia and other issues. So can you look at my medical records and give your opinion? Don't need to, because you're blacking it all. And like I say, I looked up every drug, what they were, what milligrams should be given, are they suitable for children or adults only, whatever. And everything was fine. Literally every single drug was fine. And I've got about three A4 pages full of it. I believe it's possible it was attempted murder because I was given huge doses of medication. Oh, oh my God, look at that. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's attempted murder. Oh, is that the one you want? Julia, are you Madeleine? No. But Julia, are you Madeleine? DNA. No. DNA. No. See what I'm going at? Beats and Tapes is on it. He's going to be phoning the prison soon. Hello, is Julia there? And how ironic I choose No Limit, because there's literally no limit to Julia. I mean, look, I've highlighted it. You can see it on the screen in grey. See, here it's in blue. It looks better, but yeah, you can see it in grey. She actually, I remember when this come out, I was in stitches, but yeah, I was in stitches. I banged my head. No, not really. But I believe possibly it was attempted murder. Wow, I've never heard a child who was put on certain medications turn around and say, "Oh, it's actually attempted murder." But like I say, I've done all the meds. I went through it all. I'm gonna have to find my other. I've got 2 A4 notepads full. I'm on my 3rd one. Not all just for Julia, but everyone. And even on that, I remember saying, like, she said, I think they were trying to kill me and trying to wipe my memory. Oh my word. I mean, get in the comments. I want to see LOL. LOL. Attempted murder. LOL. Julia. LOL. Oh my word. Attempted murder. Imagine that though. You can see, like, this is how it's rubbed off really badly onto Julia Wandelt's mum and stepdad, because things like this, and then people then start attacking them, all because of Julia's lies. Attempted murder, mate. Guess who's back again. I was around before that, son. I stole the name from Slim Whiteman. At least you're honest. You're not going to like try and claim that, you know, you're a Dalek or something. But yes, attempted murder. My word, that's hilarious. Mr. Payne said he was surprised and concerned that Julia had photographs of the McCann and Payne families which had not been made public. Wow. Where did she get them from then? In a message, Julia wrote, "I'm not going to publish them because I respect the privacy of you, your daughters, and the McCann family." Right, okay, let's have a giggle. I'm not going to publish them because I respect the privacy of you, your daughters, and the McCann family. Yet here she is stalking them and harassing them. That's how much she respects their privacy. Constantly harassing, social media, emails. That's weird. Definitely say one thing, do another. These were never published by Kate and Gerry. Someone close to them believes me. Probably don't. Probably like trying to shut you up. On Christmas Eve last year, Julia sent David a message which read, "Merry Christmas, David. The truth will set you all free," with a snowflake emoji. And that's basically the write up of the Wednesday as well. That's just absolutely nuts. Hello. How you doing, Boost? Hope you're well. But you're gonna have to. You're all gonna have to jump in the comments now. Let me know what you think, because that's the court one that I've just gone through, and this is the actual article. If there's anything else that I need to cover, but jump in there, tell me what you think. I mean, that making out attempted murder because she was on medication. They're trying to wipe her memory. Oh, I've heard it all now. That's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But as far as I can see, there's nothing anywhere that's any different with regards to any more information. But that is basically it until Monday. So day 8 is, or was, Wednesday. Day 9 will be Monday. So that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I will look to do it obviously Monday at 5 p.m, but depending if I can find the staff, it might have to be midday. I might even do it the following day at 12, because that way, you know, we can actually see what's going on, and I can get some of the reports as well, so we can get a better in-depth thing. So we'll probably do that. I'll probably do Mondays on Tuesday and Tuesdays on Wednesday, so to speak. It might work out better because, like, we can get up in the morning, go, right, what happened yesterday? Whoa. And then I can actually find some decent links. But yeah, it's all happy days. But that's absolutely mental. Who claims that they're having their brain wiped and that, like, it's attempted murder? That's Julia all over. But that the psychology of this, like, something's not right in Julia, I mean. But let me know what you think. What do you think? But it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But I'm a bit confused. Why are they stopped on a Wednesday though? Because week 1 was literally Monday through Friday. Week 2, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, what about Thursday and Friday? What are they getting ready? What's to come? Well, do you know if there's anyone else, regards Tapper 7, etc., that are going to be popping in for a moment in the witness box because they've been harassed by Julia as well? Or is that sort of the main bulk of it? And then, you know, as of Monday, they're going to start sort of winding down and giving all their conclusions, etc., summing it all up and whatnot. Well, I don't see how. But the thing that what does confuse me more than anything is the fact that Julia Wandelt has posted on YouTube, I think the YouTube shorts of the telephone conversations herself, which is literally evidence of being like full on like harassing. Yet she's got the audacity to plead not guilty. You can see by what she was saying with Sean Atwood and all the claims she was making there, they're all rubbish. I mean, she's literally made herself look guilty by posting and speaking like she had over however long period. Sean Atwood has removed 4, maybe 5 of the videos, maybe at the request of the defence, who knows. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. She got caught up in a conspiracy theories and made a whole life about that. I think so. And that comes back to like, because who said earlier, SMW, I think, were you saying about mental health, weren't you? And that, see, if you can get sucked in by conspiracy theories, there's always an element of something, you know, in your life, mental health maybe. But that's the worrying bit. Like, in her mind, she's not guilty, but she's literally posted up evidence that she is guilty. I mean, I can't see by what's been said over the first 8 days that she could literally. I was expecting her to come out and say she's changed her plea to guilty. And had she pleaded guilty, maybe it would have saved all of this. But this is all part of her delusion. But then it's all attention. Again, attention seeking. Yeah, look at me. It's all about me in court. I mean, what more does she want? I wouldn't be surprised if she hasn't been emailing Netflix and God knows who else while she's in prison. Like, I'm just doing my court case, but when it's all said and done, if you give me 10 million, I'll give you the ins and outs. There should be a ban on it. I mean, the world does not need one episode, let alone 2 or 3, or even a special on Julia Wandelt claiming to be someone she's not. The world don't need it. It serves literally no purpose. I'll never watch it. But 12 people have claimed to be Madeleine McCann. So why is Julia like this? Because she's just gone that extra mile with literally not only harassing Kate and Gerry, but their best friends. Anyone they know, they're going to the vigils, emails, messaging. I mean, she hasn't stopped. And for Karen Spragg to jump on the bandwagon as well, fan the flames. Sean Atwood, Ron Swanson, fan the flames. It was never ever going to end well. And it hasn't, because here she is in court. So where's all the supporters? I mean, I haven't seen anyone posting lately saying, but Julia is Madeleine McCann. They seem to have, like, you know, shut up. So they all wanted close to the McCanns. Yeah. Not Julia. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's yeah, getting their little bit of yeah, that's one way of getting there, isn't it? I just don't get why people like Karen Spragg believed it. Take it easy, Slim. Have a nice day. Gary Waterman too. That one really validated her theories. Oh, did it? I've not heard it. Oh my god! All this time, I've heard of a few, but I've not heard of. I'll have to look that one up. Gary Waterman. So he's actually water scam. Yeah, maybe that's why I haven't heard of him then. Maybe it was. Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad. Now he think. Oh, is he the one that, like, some sort of policeman or whatever, and he's making out all people were doing HMRC and using your name for a company and this and that, and he was in a caravan and God knows what. Is that the one? So I might have heard of him. That just jumped to my head. Now he thinks she's a plant. What, a daffodil or a daisy? But yeah, so I think it's all a joke. I mean, he's not well. Yeah, that one. Oh, that's him. Yes, yeah, because I think it was it Sonia Poulton was on that one saying that he's a Fruit Loop. Excuse my coffee drinking. One, I love coffee, and two, what tickles and flu. But anyone who validated her, I mean, that bloke on Facebook, I wonder what he's been saying. I haven't thought about that. I wonder. Let me have a look. I'll have to investigate and see. I have to go on a different profile because he blocked me. I asked him for an interview. Robert Einzer Ziegler, whatever his name is. See, can't remember his name. Was it Robert Ingersoll or something? Looks like his possibly his Facebook. Was that his? Oh, some banned on one. Can't remember his name, but I think he's actually. Let me have a look on one of my older videos because I've got his name up, haven't I? So he's a Fruit Loop. He's an absolute Fruit Loop. He thinks he's psychic and he knows the truth and blah blah blah. It's like, oh, Inns Robert Zyler. Right, let's try that again. Inns Robert Zyler. Oh, he's still there. He's on Facebook. Got some horrible messages. Oh, he doesn't seem. Still going on about his stupid dates that have no bearing on anything. October the 12th, he says, I likely visited my goddaughter in Peterborough prison for the last time. he doesn't seem to be going on about Julia Wandelt at all. That's a bit strange because he was full on like. Oh, he's saying that since I was already silenced on the first Madeleine McCann case under threat of imprisonment, I'll write about something else. How strange. But I've got a feeling he's like moving away from it because he's realised he made himself look an absolute melon. But he's posted about all and everything, but not Julia anymore. Do you remember him? Inns Robert Zyler making out he's like psychic and he knows that it's all a cover up and this, that, and everything else. He's got dates and got this, that, and everything else. But yeah, he sort of went quiet on the whole Julia Wandelt thing. Wow. So maybe he's actually understood that where the DNA's come out, like delete everything. I'm going back to September here on his Facebook. He literally has nothing to do with Julia. There you go. So even Robert Inzet Zyler, I mean, I've got a video up of him. It's August, he put there has been no direct comparison of Julia's DNA to Kate or Gerry McCann. Everything shown so far is BS. But it's not though, is it? It's not though, is it? So that man's been shut up. Yeah, there's probably, yeah. Because he's saying, oh, I've been to visit Madeleine McCann in prison. He was saying all things like that. But now he's not really saying much at all. People are actually thinking they're part of a huge fraud. I mean, it's ridiculous. But he didn't post before about it. But that's the thing, all these supporters of Julia now, they're just going to be looking absolute, well, like wombles, gonk wombles. I mean, there's no ifs, buts, or maybes. The police literally said they've done DNA test and Julia is not Madeleine. And if you remember, before that was said in court, that they said basically, let's start with the fact that everyone knows Julia is not Maddie, and Julia started crying, and they had to pause for 5 minutes. Oh, what that Robert or Inns Robert Zyler? You think he goes to the courts as well, so he can't say anything, prejudice the case. But that means he sat there and literally said, literally heard the police say, "We tested her DNA. She is not Madeleine McCann." If I was him, I'd be going for all my Facebook, deleting everything. Like, no. But he's unhinged. He's unstable as well. The stuff that he writes, I see it in my dreams. Julia Wandelt is Madeleine McCann. I know that for a fact. Well, do you? Do you really? Because you're wrong. DNA said no. I mean, there's literally nothing that could be said in any shape or form that's going to change the fact that police have done DNA now. And guess what? She's not Madeleine McCann. I've not seen any other sort of write-ups that are any different. Have I spelt her name right? We'll try to see if anything there's some people they say on it, even on X, but it's nothing that we haven't already gone through. Yeah, basically saying what we saw about the manipulation. And I think that basically sums Julia up in a nutshell. It's all about the manipulation of. So, and plus, at least it's on X where it says DNA test proves like she's not the McCann. So, I think that's just marvelous. But even Grok's got in on the case on X saying, like, police took DNA samples from Julia Wandelt after her arrest, which conclusively prove she is not Madeleine McCann by matching her to her established identity. Court testimony today confirmed the test ruled out her claims with no match to Madeleine's profile. So basically, I mean, we can all sit back and chill out. Take it easy, Boost. Yeah, I haven't got much to go, so we're just talking like in general at the moment, so it's all good. Obviously, I'll be doing the day 9. I'll probably do that on the Tuesday, like Mondays. Do it Tuesday at 12. That way we can get more stuff and see what's going around. So, her supporters want to believe conspiracies. No point trying to convince them otherwise. That's basically it. I mean, it's just conspiracy theories. What can you do with some conspiracy theorists? Like people who say the Earth is flat. I mean, other than giving a, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? So I agree with you there, Boost. Yeah, people will believe what they want to believe, but basically, you know, DNA science, you can't mess with science. So that's basically it in a nutshell. That is basically it in a nutshell. No ifs, buts, or maybes. So there we have it. I mean, what else can we say? It's been proven. There we go. Even Grok's in on it. Look, even Grok knows. Grok knows. So there we have it. At the end of the day, Julia is not Madeleine McCann. And then it's a case of now, obviously, in theory, I was going to say prove, but I mean, it's so flippant obvious about the actual harassment and stalking claims causing alarm and distress. It's about proving that now, isn't it? Because, well, no matter what happens after this case, I say it, Julia's been shot down. That's said and done. She can't go anywhere for any interview claiming she is Madeleine and anything else, unless she wants to make out that the DNA test was somehow tampered with. But that's always going to be an option for conspiracy theorists and some people who just don't want to believe the truth, you know, like the Earth's flat and all that rubbish. But yeah, happy days. Well, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. All you in chat. I'll be back later today with some news, see what's going on in the world. Happy days. But for now, Julia is not Madeleine McCann. And that's the wizard's words.